Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while. I've been a bit busy. Haven't touched much about what's going on in Sierra Leone, but well, after the election, when we did talk about how this gift will actually affect Sierra Leone and affect the Marabia regime, I think slowly they are picking up on the effect of what they've done. And apparently, as we can always say, you know, the truth can always come out very. It can be the last week can come out, and people, you know, if Marabiono convinced again that he has actually destroyed this nation, well, he wants to actually be in a situation where he will be personally responsible. Of course, today he is personally responsible for everything. The very recent CBS News, when they interview one of the election observers who was in Sierra Leone, a certain guy called Gregory, who actually makes some very startling revelations. That was not coming from any Sierra Leonean. That was coming from somebody when an international observer, where we actually see and observe the entire length of the whole thing. The West get for wake up, according to Gregory, because democracy has actually been stifled in West Africa and in Sierra Leone in particular. He made mention just briefly of the Nigerian election, but the Sierra Leone election was it was the one that really stands out for sure how a desperate government who has actually lost touch with the electoral base, where Marabio knew he will never win election in Sierra Leone. He knows he will ever win election. They know that, they. With all the Sierra Leonean fools, way he so hard for actually pick up the dangers. This country, one of the sad reality about Sierra Leone is coming from a country populated by fools, people who know they use, they just are clannish thinking people, they just don't get the ability for process anything good for the nation. For them, the Sierra Leone takes second stage. What's it take first stage that the tribe and the region and whatever, they satisfy the ego, That is the sad reality here. But otherwise, I wonder what people were actually, people have been glad for and dance for. Part of the news, CBS News from Gregory, we observed the whole thing. In fact, first and foremost, he began to describe the Sierra Leone election as one of the most chronic he's ever actually seen in a very long time, where because the president get access to guns and the security forces, so that's what they happen on the West African region, where the leadership can get access to the resources of state and also get access to the security forces, and they use that to their advantage. That's exactly what happened in the Sierra Leone elections. It was so unprecedented. Like, from the very beginning to the end, it was all messy. They all know that. Gregory talked about how the entire international community and observers have never actually written off. Say, when election finish, the international observers, then people who come for observe the election, and they sign off on a document for sign off, say yes, this election was free and fair to an extent. They get this kind of protocol when they sign off on. But in the case of Sierra Leonean election, according to Gregory, nothing like that was done. And in fact, through Gregory revelation, he actually showed how Marabio, they call Corner inside an office. They're going to go threaten them with a gun on head. I don't say Marabio they can do it. This is supposed somebody we know actually. When we say would they bring in somebody we know actually understand how the modern day the work, somebody we know actually ever involved in any administrative progressive kind of development where people then they see reasons for change, they see also fair play they happen. Marabio not sabi the environment then they. So if Gregory they claim say they call Colin in office, Marabio in office, they go put gun on head, threaten and say for announce. An interesting thing, he announced a result where no base, no background. There's nothing to actually back up. Now they don't actually ask, say, okay, will I bring all the how they call it, say, disaggregated results and everything? Nowhere it is happening. So, well, the struggle continues. Now the entire international community. Now we have a government at Sierra Leone that is not legal. A government where no international person or car for car even witness any inauguration is very strange. Not like the thing we used to know, where after a change of government or if the government win the election, at least people will come, they will endorse the government, say yes, illegitimate. You will see international attendance, from the international community as well as other governments. None of this happened. How they even do the inauguration itself, how they swear in office, everything was shrouded in mystery because they know that they have not done the right thing. They have not done the right thing. Gregory talked about the 3 attempted attempt where the Bio regime make for actually assassinate Samora Kamara, where not actually work for Gregory talk about how Fatima Bio, he said he don't know who's kind how they call herself, head of state, who's kind of woman where he gets way close to the election when the SLPP know they are not winning the election. Fatima Bio run away go Gambia. She was in Gambia when the election did take place. Now only when all this council happened, Marabio steal the election, I see come back. So this guy is such a fool. I've never seen a fool, Rich Marabio. And in fact, Gregory talked about how he don't mess up himself with the international community and how Marabio not get the intelligence for play around that. He not get the intelligence, he not get the ability. So Sierra Leone is just a dead place. Exactly, it was a junta, somebody not junta person. Where would they tell people, they say this man don't understand anything about modern day situation? People don't understand. We are a society, a country which 65% to 70% of the government's how they call themselves runnings are supported by international community, and they really can't get a problem now with the West because nobody will endorse you. Nobody. Now, in fact, Gregory talked how Bangura and Guinea will actually bring forces in Kana Sierra Leone for Kan on sit Marabio, but then Marabio rush for go Guinea for go actually talk to Bangura and talk to that particular issue they don't resolve yet. So Marabio is like in the realm of, and the problem with the happen now in the SLPP, it seems like there are a lot of people who have started deserting Marabio, and people don't begin to suspect around the SLPP that this guy is playing with a very, very tricky, fiery situation where they're not actually sure where it's going to go. He tried to, how they call herself, convince Aisha Sise, former CNN, how they call herself, journalist for serve as the information minister, Aisha Sise not actually given that particular attention there. Aisha Sise is too decent a person for get involved in the nasty things like waiting Barabi Oduso and Sierra Leone. Anybody we not be careful. Say you play with this kind of regime or be part of an illegal regime. When the sword go over for camp one day, you don't know say go sweep everybody. So people that again become conscious. I hear again that Asma James is actually thinking or actually don't even leave for America, and the reason behind Asma James fleeing Sierra Leone was because she was approached by Marabio for actually serve in information where she rejected. So you will find out inside the Marabio's regime, not only the Kankawarm them, look at the level and the quality of people that we bring around them. Because he can never get decent people that for look a regime like this and be part of a failed system, very, very failed system. Well, I reckon myself here that is it Air Brussels or Air France? I think one of the airlines that all left Sierra Leone. They say because of low traffic, and actually they even understand that DHL said they can't stop their operations in Sierra Leone because of low business turnout and everything. This is a country, they try to actually bring all the scenario for Sierra Leoneans if you understand. This is a country where for the past 5 years, nobody wants to visit. You look at the visitation rate is so low, and you begin to question what's in the we need an airport for. Now, and saloon people, until they begin to use them brains for think and listen to good vibes, you will never actually get anywhere with anything. I've actually often said this. Why do you need a new airport? Why do people need a new airport? For me, we don't work a bit of time in aviation. I don't actually tell people for a very long time that all this money we need to spend about airports, even under Ernest by Koromani, they talk about Mama airports. I don't know why people are so full. I just don't understand why people are not enlightened. Anybody convinced when I say, when you get new airports, they make clear, they get more people that can visit the country. Tell that person say, you no need for leave now. They have that mass you need for leave. That stupid fool. What do people for worry about? It's about how is the traffic to your country. For example, I think Air France, the Air France, they don't pull out the Sierra Leone, they say low traffic. Do you know what that means? Even for the past 5 years, they don't get low traffic. Now they don't get a government we're not legal. Whose kind of business are they going to do? They're still going to take empty plane and they go to Sierra Leone. When the country they continue for they shoot themselves at the leg, then they go put $50 development fees. What the fuck do these people think that people that care about a country like Sierra Leone will not get nothing much to offer? The international competition today is so high. Countries, they think about tourism and about creating that heavy traffic flow to your country is about how affordable and how attractive your country is to the international community, how safe, how secure your country is. And the more traffic you get into your country, the more you think about wanting more airport facilities. This small town where they live in Cairns, this town, they get almost 1.6 million flights. They get almost nearly 10 flight companies where they run at this town of just 200,000 people. Exactly. I mean, you see, the thing about Australia, okay, let's say Cairns. Cairns, they get almost nearly 3 million visitors a year. This is a town of just 200,000 people. But if I tell you what in this town get for offer, if I tell you around the town, we get almost over a dozen beaches here. We get, I don't know able to describe. We get the Great Barrier Reef. We get a lot of things where this town offer. And the place beautiful. Hotel accommodation, very attractive. You know, in fact, when I come to Australia, now only almost after 6 years, then they decide to actually extend the airport because the tourism rate will just grow. Queensland alone, they get almost nearly 20 to 25 million people they visit Queensland every year. How many people do visit Sierra Leone? You see, Air France decides low traffic. Low traffic, not totally low traffic down in Sierra Leone. We have a country that is like a ghost place. I mean, a country where we will not get more than 4 flight companies they operate. How would you call that a country? We need an airport. You need an airport extension. You need more airports, because the flow, the traffic flow into Sierra Leone. Let's just assume that if for the past 5 years we get almost nearly over 1 million people when they visit Sierra Leone, for go on tourism, no more alone, then the traffic flow, so we get almost nearly 15 companies where they operate, on different airlines where they operate. We don't find out, say, when they get a near traffic accident. That is what we need a new airport for extended capacity. But if the country na ghost country, the airport na ghost airports, then they don't say before and plane camp. Then they don't say the small company now, they're different. The next one will come to Morocco. We have a whole country of 7.8 million people. We don't get more than 3 flight companies or 2 4 flight companies that operate. A country where the airflow, if I would really call it airflow safe of tourism, low flow rate. I mean, but let me just explain this to you that people don't understand. People in the world not idle. They don't, if it's they don't get time to do so. There are a lot of people that have money, there are a lot of opportunities all over the world. There are a lot of businesses all over the world. There are a lot of multi-millionaires. China alone gets almost nearly 100 million millionaires in China. I mean, there are a lot of people with so much money, but they are not actually taking their money that way. They are taking their money to countries away, favorable countries away, stable countries away, affordable, attractive countries away. We make them situation safe. Countries away, you go carry money, you go invest, you don't go afraid say, Kuskas go happen, they will go create a problem. Where you don't go afraid the legal system, you don't go afraid this, that. You see how they treat their citizens there, you see opportunities. This is where people take their money. Me unable to understand Marabio, it will learn one sense. That idle money, that idle travel, maybe they travel since 2018, it all lost that opportunity. So I don't know who's kind of enjoy what you get for enjoy again. This guy is such a pain that it's just to take it I can just move away from social media for a while. It's because sometimes you wonder, why could I inhabit a country full of so many fools, so many clans, so many tribalistic bigots and people away. They look at the country second class, they look at their own tribe and useless people away there in power as more important than the country away from the important. So then nobody goes to Sierra Leone. So nobody gives a fuck about us. Because people are not idle. People they want to invest their money, but they don't go to Sierra Leone. For the past 5 years, nobody goes to Sierra Leone. I've been saying this over and over, and it shocked nobody. The thing about we Sierra Leone people, We not so adventurous people, we not so people that we get that propensity for actually grow. Even with communities themselves overseas, we they grow. Me, I can advise any Sierra Leone person, we the overseas, not sit down as Sierra Leone community, you don't grow. You know they make no development, you know they actually, as sort of a life, they say you go do 30 years, you still think like could have been Commander King Jimmy. When God make you the overseas, sometimes go somewhere where you know they see, you know they really comfort zone, you know they really this or that. As such a God, then they make you grow, then they make you develop. We they among all the different kind of thoughts and you other people that they think how they do their things, then they make you grow. If you say no more, you do no more between Sierra Leone community. That same ideology you come on na Mafanta or na Nigeria or na Kisidugu. Now the same they exist in communities here. No difference, they grow. Our own communities are overseas that they grow. It's very stagnated. All within the Sabi is about the same competition, same dead beat. These are the same fuckers that we go sit down and dance from Arabio. The same fucking thing. You mean somebody who want to grow? We come out where we really don't grow. We come out Sierra Leone. We really don't fucking grow. We don't see a difference that you light. We don't see a different light. But plenty of people don't see that different light because we are still in a more stuck now. That's more to meet a new comfort zone, same kind of idea, same pattern, same talk, same all kind of thing, no difference. That is why a lot of people actually see nothing different. You know, we see Marabiona still a call and saying a good leader and this and that, power. Now like he dance, they do all kind of nasty. Because we don't really grow. The Sierra Leone community will never make you become developmental. We will never fucking develop up here. As such a God, anybody will say, we the overseas, power pass that Sierra Leone, salon, to me to you, business that day, you didn't ever fucking grow. You didn't ever change. They change your thinking, they will change your habits, they will change your ways how you do things. It's lucky to go work every day, they go, in fact, some of them say, when you go say okay, place you go, compete with some people like this, that. Move out of your fucking community, go out, interact with other different thoughts, other different people, other different communities, other different areas. You will see life in a very, very different way. Because I be unable to understand what are the difference? What are the difference when they bring come into Sierra Leone? What is new? What are the new things that when they bring come? If we can look at Marabio, there's still a dance farm. If we can look at this same old system and shit, people that still feel say it better for our country there. So God, the way you know actually live in communities for see better communities, see better service providers, and see better politicians, and see better things. So a new community no will ever make you develop and grow. This if I make when I go back 30 years, come back again, can't tell me if I ever live long for see that. I tell you I'm not gonna ever fucking grow. I don't believe that this particular country, somebody can grab and steal an election from the beginning to the end. Thank God for observers the way they speak about now to them. Thank God for the observers and for making them understand, say no international body, organization or country or organization sign off on that election. It's not illegal government to get, so illegal government that nobody not endorse, no parliament no day, no opposition no day. So I like it like that. I like the fact that the APC take this stance. I like let us see the law observe law see to go on in our country, but our country is dead. And soon, when the one away, when the West begin to take the measures for ensure that when they begin to serious about democracy, honestly, we're going to see a difference when it happen in Sierra Leone. For Sierra Leone situation, just pull out there. It's even when things can happen, now 2-3 days or more, quick, we don't forget. And down the way, they go to the idea, say, Suleiman, not to move on. No, not the fucking move on from this. This is not going to be a place where we move on from. This is where it fucking stops. This is where it stops. Because plenty of no one live like bushmen and bushwomen. Because we were not born in the bush. I mean, we don't like that kind of situation of our country. I don't say plenty of plenty Salome people in the way, born in poverty, born in clannish thinking people. They can't hear a common thing to them. As far as they partying up well, not a thing that's a better thing to them. But they do not understand the political, socio-economic problem where this cause. If for 5 years, no serious investment no ever goes surrounding, what is it tell? It tell that a lot of people in the international community don't get no trust for the surrounding system, they don't get no trust for the surrounding government. They have actually done their research, they find out say there's nothing way to support their investment. The country not get proper water system. Even when we rain the camp 24/7, we still live inside how they call ourselves, inside River Jordan, where they wash our hands with spit. We don't get no sustainable electricity. What's it go power people that generate? I mean, the investments, the way that they can go. We get the worst, how they call ourselves, health system in the world. One of the worst health systems. We don't even get 24/7 health facility where if somebody goes sickly, whether a tourist or somebody. Our security situation is rotten. The country is not safe. Last year, American embassy was talking about the close to Christmas. They talk about they didn't advise any citizens for travel away from the Freetown vicinity. What does that tell you? Now, an American, how they call themselves, an American embassy official and the blog. So we have a situation where the country is not safe. The security forces are the killers. We get the most rotten parliament. We get the most outrageously corrupt judiciary. From lawyers to judges to magistrates. All man corrupt. So how can people think that Sierra Leone is really ready? We saw calority about we African people that were not serious about our fucking selves. So to God. Just like how other people are serious about their countries. We're not fucking serious. We elect, we can sit down with clannish thinking behavior. Because of we clannish behavior, we can sit down one green person, they become a destroyer to that nation. That's so clannish people that they behave. One green person will become a destroyer to the nation. But because they're a tribesman, a clan, or the same party that belong to, or the same region that come out, people like sit down and turn a blind eye. Well, this is where we are inferior people. Whereas the Europeans and the Western people are very, very superior. Which make you see the white man superior past we black people then? Because the white man, in terms of his superiority, it also look at the class around him. And they also look at in society. To the white person, to the European, to the Westerner, the society more valuable to themselves. They don't allow one person become a tyrant for create rot or pollution or corruption or oppression. That is where the white man is superior past we. Because they're not the clannish thing they enjoy. We every day we different stinking clannish group them. All tell one belong to different clans. They will feel so proud for their different clan. I don't say to be part of a tribal group, but when can we be very national? When can we ensure that we put the national aspect first, like how Singapore they behave? Like how it happened in Rwanda, like how Botswana it happened so today. It's not that they don't have different other class have um, other class have different cultures that are placed at Singapore. They get the Indians, they get the Malays, they get the Vietnamese, they get the other class of different nationalities at Singapore. But when it comes to government issue, when it comes to the real issues of state, they didn't mix up. We just mix up, box up all things. We see bad leaders because it belongs to a clan and tribe, we don't care. Well, this is not the problem where they affect we own society. We own society that they ever wake up for, look at the bigger picture. That is what we always fail for to do. This thing happened at Sierra Leone. Both Sierra Leone people, we don't not actually even realize that this election has been stolen. When I see from the very start of this election, just thank God for Gregory. We give a super analysis. You see, Bo, he said this is the first election where before the election first, they begin to wrestle first with the man way they make an electoral commissioner. We like the retired officer. We belong to a whole tribal group and belong to a whole party. He is part of the ruling party. He was a member of the party. They're going to go make that is number one. Number two, they use the soldier in the army for threatening members of the opposition all along the places. How will you conduct election? How you will say, how the fuckers them? How Sierra Leoneans they open a stinking mouth? They talk about an election with free and fair. If that fucking free and fair election, why they go and harass people all across the southeast area? Is this how you call a free and fair election? We don't actually stop the threatening. We say a free and fair election, first and foremost, no one threatening remarks from nobody. But even from when I head of, when I have First Lady, when I have Fatima Bio, don't begin to threaten remarks, still the good born people that make that move. That is why you see during the elections, the election they happen, so you don't run away and go for Gambia. She's a fucking coward. Any man when a sober man, what if he say you get a woman, a twisted, bent woman like that, you fucked up. You don't matter be you go understand, but I'm Munku na native boy. Blacks actually get sober woman. You never actually see sober woman. I make you look at Fatima Bio, like say that sober woman. Even when an international observer, they even made mention about how a woman creates a serious dent. If they don't focus here, me really believe say they're popular. Why they defend elections? Why before elections so that they intimidate or they go create terror for scare people and not for go exercise their political right? Even with all the scare tactics, all the scare mongering, everything you wanna do, people will come back in Chinese numbers. And thank God they kind of get you all around. I mean, this is the most horrible thing will happen in Sierra Leone. Well, if people like Sierra Leoneans we own Sierra Leone people, we will not get quality about. We will not get one quality okay attached to the country. We will not get one, patriotic thinking people. We're not patriotic. We're not people who fucking care. That's the sad side of we. We not bloody care. Every day, every time, we just love to be the disgraceful limelight. We didn't more like for the disgraceful limelight. Every day that we own limelight will be disgraceful, nasty, and bad. I don't know Sierra Leone people that they enjoy being in the bad limelight all the time. Every time we're in the dark side of our news. Every fucking day. There's nothing good way we'll go right up about. Yes, of course, Mohamed Dafe. That's all the international observers that said this here. When I use Kamajode, when I use the army, when I use me for the intimidate, how will you call this a free and fair election? These fuckers, bastards, particularly the young fuckers, we call themselves civil society. Now we don't see how nasty people they look in Sierra Leone. Saloon people in Sofon are very nasty for look. We now involved in all this rot. We now call ourselves civil society. We are really nasty. It's like, how can you, but I don't blame Una. Plenty of Una. No get, that's why poverty is not a fine thing. Poverty, social scientists talk about poverty, they bring bad habits. When you're born poor, you don't get no integrity. That's why I don't fight for born you poor. If they born you poor, fight very hard for turn that around. By turning your poverty around, it's not about growing in the same poverty. It's about moving away from that poverty environment. If God make you come of a system, then they will be named off court like in Jimmy, na spore, come near them. Then they say, for grow up, we will get the same, come on near them. To actually change your mentality is about moving away from your comfort and going away. Who say you not feel comforted, but you go meet with different people. You develop different ideas, different habits, different social skills. You begin to grow with different kind of people. And this thing will change that country. Me, for I say I give you a recommendation, since I'm what you recommend already, I will tell you, say, Lord, there's no fucking community overseas. Let's say Iranians and learn for go live with other people and other thoughts is good. Because the community there's no nothing good way to do for it. Now the same. I see you come out to Sierra Leone with the same mentality. Salomon, fucked up. We so fucked up. The same thing Nigerians are so fucked up today. We see them talk about themselves in Nigerians, they talk about. We see this guy. The news today is about Sierra Leone and Nigeria. Two countries always share. Very similar. One way that forbid the big brother way that they create the worst example. Fuckers in Nigerians say. Pastor fucker in particular. Way they are assessed at CBS News is so disgraceful that the whole country like Nigeria today don't only killing field. Today they Igbo they show them videos where they go actually they go assassinate the country can be 200 million people. Yesterday they grab they go they steal the election. They say again no investment from where Buhari they take left power. No serious investment no go to Nigeria. If not to God don't want to get oil, but all the oil where they get. But can you imagine 200 million people, 170 million people that fucking poor. 100 million people that still fucking poor. Every bad examples and they cause in our West Africa. Everything bad. I see them before still election, we go do the worst. Every bad examples. Today, a whole fucking country with 200 million people, 170 million, they under poverty. They don't go to the extent, it's so degrading. What did happen in Nigeria? Bad examples. Now look what they found in Sierra Leone. The worst examples. The problem with we in West Africa. Today, the new young generation still not able to wake up to the reality of the 21st century. It's just the same fucking cycle. Nothing really change. They overseas are the same fucking cycle. Nothing really change. I don't even understand. Today, the only thing we could change that situation that's Sierra Leone. We will only change that situation as Sierra Leone. As straight to life and say, now for actually get fresh election back. Get fresh election conducted by real international observers then. But then why they agree? If the thing about them, if when they snub that, then that means we're afraid. Because according to Gregory, where he made mention, he said they don't lost the electorate. We don't lose every damn thing about our ability for win election in that country. They're done. So when I face power for whole lot by force, they can't do. So no, you not go right. You know go right. If the soul will not make the country, well, the future go tell. History go right, be rewritten. Just like how we don't correct the history of what happened from 1990 and the war. During the war, we all know now say the Southeastern people are responsible for the bloodshed in that particular country. And up till now, we're not seeing the same thing. There is no way when they argue. When they bring it out to them. Look at what you do today. Now, mostly government this. So when I want to do anything right. So when I want to get nothing right, what do they do? When I not to do nothing correct. 2018, there was a good, free and fair election in 2018. Who like a winner? For now, I can't conduct now elections for no free and fair. You know, now the people from Southeast are responsible for the demise of this nation. They're not responsible for the bloodshed. They're not responsible for all the bad things that will happen in this country. We don't document how they continue for table arm. 2018 APC will make a good election. Then they lose the election to SLPP, even though there was a lot of tricky thing in the election, but yet still, create no bloodshed. They don't intimidate nobody else. Why would I want to wake up when I make you see shabro people there? Why we can't turn on and so for behave? But I mean, the thing about them, make Mr. Duffy, the tribal and regional conflict and everything, where they try for fair. Now they go say, well, feel them. They are the most amputated people in that country. The Southeastern people, they don't even understand. When they try to tell them, they don't understand. When the war started, they so grieve. I don't know what that they do in that country. When they still offend people, they still they play the victim. But this trip, you know what happened? This trip will watch you now. And this trip, thank God, thank you, plenty of now they tell you how responsible will that be for this thing with the episode. That is why, I mean, when you look at the past war, the past crisis of Sierra Leone, you are the most killed people in that country. They are the most amputated people, they are the most injured people, they are the most raped people in Sierra Leone. Because for the first 5 years to 7 years of the war, it was just in the southeast area. How many people will die? Now more. How many people will? You see, one of the things what make you see I can look for raise this stuff or create awareness, let me understand. Because plenty of them, they're young away, they're young one in our southeast, they don't understand the history of that problems they want to cause. That contribute to ourselves. For the first 4 or 5 years of the war, now, so this same tribal business way when they bring camp, will be personal. I mean, so when I actually attempt tribal thing, we work for that particular country. When they don't bring the most messy administration. What I mean messy? Mess. This year is a fucking mess. Because when I don't can prove to the country that we cannot for do nothing. So election say for not for conduct election. So when from 2012 we get a really good election, which was fair and fair. 2018 back again, the APC conducted a really good election, which was fair and fair. We camp on our own hands now and dirty business. So that. So that. So filth. So that. They don't expose you now. We're not see those shame. One shame SM people that get. One fucking shame one that get. They don't expose you now as being the most crook, the most thieves. When our first lady, she had a very bad press with Gregory. The way he described her. It's like if people have now when they get shame, when they look at this whole thing and say, no, fuck, this is fucked. But plenty of them in the Southeast will not fucking care, will not shame themselves. This is not the problem. This country, if we not way, God will swear on her. The God will must pay on her. That's totally left. All. The one the way did at the diaspora now, the one the way always responsible when they look at shit, still they call it chocolate. All that is why you see God can pay people dearly. because of what you do. This is a stolen election. It's a stolen democracy. There's nothing we go work for now. We go find. Nobody go fucking cares about that. Nobody not fucking want to work with that. No international observer not sign on endorsing this election. None of them. I soon I grab when I go put God in a corner and head. Now they read all the truth. When I attempt for kill Samora Kamara, now they see all of the read from the amount of international observers there. So them fools and as Southeast, particularly Mendeki people them. I don't know what's in door left for lie again. I don't really know what's left again for lie. And the two of the attempts will now get for film. Now the Rondai plus all the tribes in the last country. In fact, when they even do the real census, for no Boku again. The Northwest Boku pass on that place because we don't kill plenty of people then. Too much trauma. You know? So the thing is, you know, when they show broad daylight stealing of election, if I feel so when I get popular, when I know someone not popular, you know, but not like that. When I not like, you know, when I not like fairness. If you guys are really popular, what are they still not popular? What's the popular power? When the popular person are going harass people in force around, that's so they show popularity. One of the Mende chief name, now Southeast, they go and threaten plus Olarado soiree plus all they go and threaten. Tell God take it today and see. You can't do shit today. You're not able to do nothing today. Nothing unable actually. We're not going to do nothing. We're not going for carry this country go no side. And we are going to the records as those who are responsible for destroying this nation are people from the Southeast. But now they show the examples, bad examples. Today to make a simple election, or cannot make a simple election pass violence. Because this is what you guys are known for. Because we will not get the popularity, we will not get the support, we will not lost the electorate. If we are not so that fucking get balls, we will not go back into election. Now bring international observers and people that will not neutralists and really conduct this election. Not see that. If we are not so that get balls and skats, we will not fucking get balls and skats. We will not say when I can't do it, because we will not say when I can't win election. But I'm not saying when I can't fuck you with them. We then caught out broad light. This is so disgraceful. International observers they speak now out about how the whole thing was conducted. When they use the army and the police against the people there. When I feel say this will go scot-free, or when I feel say it will ever be business as usual, like it don't be in the past. No, this time we have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of videos, audios. And this is a situation where a lot of us will never get away with it. If we don't get away with this in the year 2000, I swear to God, not in the days of the digital age that will get away with this one. This one get for bury a lot of fun. When government change, you have to bury a lot of that. A lot of people that will have to lose their credibility. So there will be a lot of a situation where we will implement a blue card system, where they want to be involved in corrupt practices, we're involved in bad dealings, we're involved bad advices and everything. A lot of them will actually share that away. Because, you know, this country therefore evolve. To make this country evolve is all the old skunk them, old mentality people them from both parties, all the parties them. A lot of people that need for be, they need for be really stopped. This country will actually wage a war against impunity, which we will do. And they promise this thing all the time, but people don't understand. When I wait let government change one day, when I go on the South, this is a country where a lot of people should never be given opportunities for get any jobs. a lot of people will get criminal records for blunt tamper them. We they don't ever get a blue card like before institute a kind of system where if you get any criminal liability, you get any other kind of thing where you play bad politics and everything, you can never actually achieve that. They will come on in Australia, you know, because there's just so many twisted and bent people in that country. People away will not get, you know, the sad thing about we come from a society where we don't think about the children. We fail to realize that if we don't actually how they call ourselves, deal with the issues properly, we settle with people, issues properly, we will grow old, we will die within our grave. We begin to go still deeper tribalism. How shameless we are. We will not get one shame. If we were people with the shame, we cannot, every day when these things they confront we for no say in the art to poverty, in the art to bad image, would already get in the art to every fucking bad thing where they make nobody no one come near fucking we. Because nobody no one come near people we a society we stink like flies. We they stink. Nobody they go outside people with the stink. What I mean by this, how good is our country? If we don't see people in the Canada country, they don't worry about that. Huh? The small kind of opportunity no more get people in the car, the fools they don't go scare people and say development fee, whether $50 for go, $25 for go inside, $25 for go. When they now they pass go Guinea now. Because they're not fool. Every day, then fools here, they create stupidity. Every fucking day, they people here, they create stupidity. We don't say the Western world, natural economics. The more you charge too much high taxes and taxes and taxes and taxes and taxes, high taxes kills an economy. I don't know how many times we explain this, they don't understand. When we want to put 50, they then fuck us here. You see, when you share accounts with big fool, and this is why you see me, 22 years, I don't fucking care about surrounding person. And I tell people that if you want to develop yourself, you do overseas, no fucking day around surrounding people. You don't ever grow and develop. I don't know how many times I tell people this. Fucking go away from them. Go and entertain yourself, live with different kind of thoughts. It will help you grow your thinking. Live with different people the way they appreciate you. Live with different people the way you talk about a small project, they will tell you how good it is, oh how wonderful, how this, that. Not fucking live around people the way you talk about some things. Not a better thing. Bolef Sulaiman, this, that. No fucking, the fake fucking waste your time. And tell you this, I don't understand. That country, the way we are not bound for better. We're not bound for really develop and grow. How can we get a country where nobody no one can? How can we get a country where the people are so stupid, we get the third natural harbor of the world? We own country, all man for they can buy goods then. Because we harbor natural, it's cheap, it's accessible. But no, they fuckers them, they're so bastard in that country that we go for left saloon. How many times we will trade that they go to Guinea for go find cheap goods? They go to Mali. Now people they will get brains, they run society so we are nothing on the Sabian for do. Nothing on the Sabian for make. Nothing on the capitalize on where we will get advantage. We get the best spot than the whole part of West Africa. Inside Africa, now we get one of the best spots. What's in the for struggle? Why people therefore? Why business for difficult? That's how I do. Now because of the fuckers that we will be. We not to better people then. We not get one fucking better thing what they do for ourselves. We're not fucking useless kind of make what they behave to ourselves. We so wicked to ourselves. We get a port where it's cheap the land there at the time. We will still left there to go find cheap goods and again. We grab again, we are about to say Papa for put 50 down. And what happened in the past again now? And they get the traffic now. Now they airlines are not beginning to pull out. They say low traffic. The bastards, they didn't see this thing. They didn't see the. They didn't see it. They grab the go put extension for airport when a ghost. I don't ever see people that we get swear like we. How would I go extend airport? You want to for the force now ghost airport. People do the car. How people then fucking think say now new airport and they bring visitors they come. Well, make I explain give them dumps them. That's all they we don't understand. What's in the make you see the traffic the flow inside our country in terms of visits, in terms of tourism. Now we want to make our country affordable and attractive. A country where there are good stories here all the time about. People, before they go inside Sierra Leone, they read about the country. They read about the country reports. They read about within organizations and say within the embassies and say the Americans say for one come. They check first the American embassy website about country reports, about news about Sierra Leone. If a German one go there, they check first the embassies. If the British person, they check first with the British High Commissioner of Africa, how the situation is. Well, these things don't tell a good story about Sierra Leone. If like the things are fucking we, I don't know, we'll get problems with thinking. It's very, very simple for explaining. If I want, like what I did in Australia, so I did in Cairns. If me want to advertise, like what I can go on like last week I advertised, I go to one of them nice boat restaurants last week. I forget, I don't know how that video there I lost in the photos. I go to one nice boat restaurant. I go to a video there. You know, and you know, it's all the seafood, all the beautiful kind of thing. If I tell you the amount of people that will call me, hey, Mr. Fana, I go left for come visit the Cairns, I go left for come visit. You know, there's a lot of things I can able to attract somebody for. Look at this place. Say, this is a beautiful place. So I will come let me have a look. So okay, but if me not a sober person, how somebody will come out over any time for come visit me that if I'm not sober? All time they drunk on business, all time they in jail, all time I'm not stable, the place not good. You cannot be honest if you say nasty for look, all that kind of thing. Bad impression. Bad impression. We own country now get no good looks. You know, the reason why you see we country now they boom in tourism because it doesn't have good looks. The country too infested with diseases. You read the country report, they will talk about typhoid fever, they will talk about cholera, they will talk about malaria, which are the biggest killer. They will talk about Lassa fever, then dialysis problem, all of this kind of thing. Do we have 24/7 medical facility? No. What are the kind of scenario? What that kind of background there? What are the kind of scenario where the ruling party and the opposition is still a plumber? You know, the political side, plumber there. Anything can happen, military can take over, this go make people that's what they think. So if you know how many years we Rwanda take for change their image, it takes them one generation for actually change people in mind, for letting people that look at Rwanda say, not to the days of 1994 again. Today it don't change. It takes them a lot of effort and a lot of developmental initiatives. That is why today they don't win. When they get serious people who don't swear like we, they don't win. Today they have almost nearly, nearly 2 million people who they visit Rwanda every year. This country is making over $600 and something million in tourism. You know what I mean? If you get 1 million people that already back when they travel go Sierra Leone, say for now go visit Sierra Leone. Not just go waka. Not go make. Everyone visits, every American person, every British person, every Australian person, where they go visit Sierra Leone. Before they left Sierra Leone, it will not fuck out almost 2,000-3,000 pounds, dollars, or euros. That is why you want to have people to come and visit Sierra Leone. You want people to come to the country because they come with their pounds, they come with their dollars, they come with their euros. Tourism today, na the gold mine. People do not understand that we don't need this effort we can make too much power, mineral resources, say diamond, gold. Me be a leader, Sierra Leone, fuck to diamond and gold. As such a God say, I will kill that industry there. Because you know the greedy necessary foreign exchange we will need for develop and boost the yields. It didn't happen. Because we're not we get the machines for dig. Not we get the machines for mine and process. So we always there's a loss, just like what in Nigeria. They just sell oil, they don't get plenty refineries and way for processor to finish product. We sell the money there. So then they sell the oil over, then they buy petrol from Kabak and Nigeria. How they go profit? In Nigeria, they do well in tourism because that place where, how they call themselves, is rough. You tell what man say, go work in Nigeria, but say, oh, fuck that, I don't go there. Before I go Ghana. You know? So, how they call themselves, you know, we need to be really serious about ourselves. So, it's not about, so how do we want to bring people to come visit the country? I'm telling you that we need for actually have a situation for make like a lot of people that go Sierra Leone. For make people that go visit Sierra Leone is one way we go boost up the economic situation. How? Because everyone visitor when they go Sierra Leone for go visit, they fuck out dollars and euros there. They go for sleep. They need accommodation. What's how they go sleep? They go for sleep at the hotel, they go for sleep at them hotel then. They go for sleep. People will get good homes then. Because tourism not only in a hotel and make them sleep, they sleep back, they rent them, Airbnb homes then, people go to rent. I'm telling you, you get a German or a French person where the Kaiser Sierra Leone can spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Before each of them they come out Sierra Leone, they will all fork out $2,000-3,000 or pounds or euros. So calculate that there by say 100,000 people, by 500,000 people, by 1 million people, by 2 million people. You know how much tens and tens of millions of dollars they go fuck into the Sierra Leone economy. And then they actually improve on the Leones because when they come with their dollars in, the thousands and millions of dollars and then they buy the Leones. So if the government is able to control the exchange, the government get more resources and then put very, very strict penalties on black market. Anybody that sell black market, they go jail. So the government will change. Give tourism 1 year. I swear to God, the Leones, you will see the Leones improve against the dollars because the dollars go buy the Leones stay, because more people in the car. And the more they keep with foreign exchange reserve because now they sell the Leones against the dollar. It is one gold mine. We plenty Africans in. But you know, we something wrong with we. Salon people, there's something wrong with the world. Let me tell you something. We wake up and we image where they shame. This is how they end up this presentation. But we know the people that they shame for the image. Salon man don't get one shame. What do we can tell when I say Salon man don't get one shame? Because we country get huge potentials for make a difference in tourism and international development. But we not get one shame about ourselves. I mean, we not get one shame. We not get one shame for see one great person well. We not get one shame. Both parties them all of the way kind of power don't mess up. So the winners of people with the shame for say, but this fucker motorbike, like he come on the north or this that, you know, fuck up, don't go after him because you don't bring shame power. You know the fuck, you know the shame. Elected, they create mess. Now your country, they create mess. But Salomon, once he don't dress fine, in a small corner at Brisbane, or in a small corner na Melbourne, or in a small corner na Maryland, or this, that. You know the shame, you know what I know. You know the shame for a country. Then dirty things away will see them make that thing they for they say, hey God, what do you think about your country? Then they spoil you up for already become strong. But one of the shame. Elect we see them picking the big in the streets, elect the bigger they would see, they come out in the rape, all and disgraceful things they will happen. What are the shame? What are the shame? You know? Because I mean for the shame, that kind of tear way happens when a nasty things them. Not a tear go sit down, will not do anything about. But what you make now we no more always there for the tell bad story about? What you make now no more for the day in the bad press? What you make now no more everything is so bad that we no more for the rich? Every time there's something bad to discuss or something bad with the go on. Now we no more real story, no more for bad. That means we are people with the shame. And what's that you know say Salomon and the shame? Go to the diaspora. Me, I don't witness 2, 3. Everyone the day outside will not the carbon number cool. Usa they say the carbon number cool. When we don't do communities for almost nearly 14 to 15 years of my time now, they give out to community. The only people that will bring difficulty can for me. Now this particular place here that surrounding people. I live peacefully with so many different communities. I work with so many different communities like from Sudan, Ethiopia, Uganda, Kenya, all the communities. One, they don't get problem. The only people that get problem with that's how many people there. Leftly, I don't go, they don't invite me now communities along big. Where me go, if I me go on program in Brisbane 1 year, I tell the son whoever attend the program. I swear to God this. The salon people, the Italian hall, where they give you, or the way they rent. First and foremost, the way they treat the hall. If I Thomas na me witness where they listen. If they listen me brother, because I me invited for that thing in Brisbane. The salon people, like it's the Salon Independence, where you know other people that fly from other states. I look at the whole thing. I say, yeah, I say you're able to deal with this event. I say, so to God, I tell that this is the end up fine. And I say, I talk about 3 times the fact that the whole day. When I make I say, what the fucking shame. The first time when they begin the palaver only in the afternoon, with some picking they begin public palaver. The Italians they never play them soccer. They fuckers they never big palaver. Salon people they make I say, what the fucking shame. Because that's how we turn. When people are born in poverty plenty, then they fucking shame. Elect, they make plumber na ya, now they sabi cost. Elect, they see other people, they go cost na ya, salon people, that's how they turn. That is why I didn't reach near them. Who say they fucking day, I didn't fucking go, they becoming a person with shame. I don't see out me yai koro one. First and foremost, you can never be a leader of surrounding community. You know they end up with a bad name. You can never, you know they get the kind of support because that's all we time. Everybody knows say that the fact that they talk. How many people don't tell me say Suleiman Cardinal London I see or Suleiman American I see the nonsense now? Wouldn't they fucking shame? What would they do for perform? Them bad performance. In bad trick, and bad habits, and course, or this and that. They look for do for create that display because when they do so, I see that the nakra fan and set a salon na Dove Court or na Krojimi or what side they grow up. That kind of way they will go can't get an opportunity now to come overseas now. That same shamelessness they where they grow up in that poverty, they will knock down they move super themselves. So me mommy the same they do the same fucking thing overseas here, my brothers and sisters, the surrounding people. Then they don't give one fucking shame. That is why nothing they make them shame. Not to poverty in the country will make them shame. Not to them picking the way they pass the streets, dirty one way, not get host for sleep. We the beg in the street salon fucking people that we really fucking shame for see all them kind of conditions. We really fucking see today that the woman don't talk again and again. They tell we this talk here, me the shame I don't believe. Because they tell me they Guinea. They say Suleiman, people they tell me, they say Suleiman go down and Guinea. Now the salon people that the bigger on the streets now. Me know say they go put blind man and pack like Guinea. Salon community. That's it, they tell me say salon people they shame. You see, you see this most salon picking the sell colata. The woman they don't talk rare again they make. They're the shame. You know, the way we so broad, the way we so make, like Guinea people and they behave so safe. Me, I tell them, I say me, I don't need three years like Guinea. I don't say they need to get domestic violence. One day I don't ever see man, they disgrace woman on street like Guinea. One day I don't see them. I don't say that they don't go up like a man will beat a woman like Guinea, but to God, they neighbor them. Wake it come actually obstruct that the whole come for can't tell you make. Guinea man picking himself, he didn't see the hala bastardize them. Like how they do not surround you. If you catch for Allah by picking, you go for them. If you don't Allah na Allah, still attend that they crack. We are so loud, people are so loud, we're so fucking uncouth. That is why you see we whole country they take us seriously. Any bastard or bastard picking can come. You go do all kind of nasty things in that country. Nobody no fucking care. Once they mad at you, all kind of nasty. We so fake. We see something that shit to the go up chocolate power. They sell that chocolate. We they lie. We they teach you picking them for lie. We they teach you picking them for nimisa. We they teach you picking them for beg. We they teach them begging culture. We they teach them for be not for be real. We teach them then toxic competition. Everything about our own community, not to nothing way good. Not to say we come together, one can build hall. Not to say we come together because one can make a promotion here. For now, you know, say we community not real. This is a country, a community who want to share good stories. Who say this is Salon man? He did say Salon. He go for go for sister. He go either hey, me na for any which man. Well, if that's all, I would fucking answer. Yeah, I'm somebody where people that be always they tell say, me ex-girlfriend or whatever, he always, yes, Suleiman, you everything pass it talk up. You know, open book. I say, ah, fuck that, I open book. Whether we're ready for car overseas, I mean, they tell everybody, we want to stop me for another car overseas. Because I don't believe in that. Me, I don't grow up in poverty. I don't grow up in suicide, rich man and day. So why I'm afraid? Me, papa, an open book person. In they hide anybody, agency for life, ready for talking. They talk all thing. Not like some of you party them. That's why I bear them plenty. Then the last of the APC people will die. You know? Because they got a very open mind. You know? That's why you see Sierra Leone, people don't know, woman get blessed if they don't go talk. Hey, me and a friend, hey, tomorrow, this community, huh? Eh? Well, what's that fucking community on our day? We all man the friend in company. Huh? That's why I say I can recommend no fucking the inside Sierra Leone community. Because we're all afraid when you keep talking about hey Suleiman, no sabi Salon hey they get bad at we see so for they work with Salon man. Why if you fucking get bad at you need community for? This is why they try to talk. If this is a community where they say you know they share you begin success story, all man the friend they which man. I don't see this example plenty time. You know, hey me I know I talk about me picking so hey because then community you may fuck that. Well, why are they so? Well, that means we're not evil people then. If we're all afraid of each other, then why do we need fucking community? Why do we want to be together? Why do we make the parties say, oh, okay, go dance, we go dance, stay, we go submit for can dance all night, stay morning, take out, we dance, stay, we go to the body place, stay, we to the upside down. But do we come together for not being fine hall, or do business, or not collaborate, not open this company? Or not collaborate, not do this. No, we not the fucking do that. They also need each other for even announce bad they say for the friend. Somebody get in for do say for the friend for announce. Neither which man not come. Somebody make so the friend for the friend make they get one opportunity for do something or the friend. Nobody will say This for happen so, this go happen so. All man they afraid in company. Well, what kind of fucking community we need? They don't fucking need community. Now make I don't fucking need no surrounding community. I don't need no community. Because we are community, you cannot actually announce until you want to all my face on twist. Hey, so we left for the talk about this, make here because tomorrow, me the only thing they make an afraid for talk about the project or something what they do. Now because today we own country. Now country we will not get no value for nothing. And we forget say this attitude what they do. We will destroy we own property then. We get repetition for the bond host then. Well, they go to the international records. Well, investors that know say Sierra Leone is a place where it's easy for person to go bond policy house. Now the only thing that we make afraid. Then tomorrow, people don't grab them all. They say, hey, no, it looks like man, I host standing or I place standing. Now in the talk plenty in the social media, no go bother. We like laugh out of that kind here. So then fuckers the way he say, hey, Mr. Father, what have you done for Sierra Leone? I can look at the pay and say, no, you know the shame. Anybody who open mouth to ask that question, they just tell and say, you know the fucking shame. You don't get one fucking shame for asking me what you don't do for Sierra Leone. What you need for doing for a fucking country like Sierra Leone? Where you want a fucking first lady can actually talk about nobody in party office of exist. Then grab the gold bond also both out. We don't know so that also the bond about town that person that people host. We actually giving house to APC party office for a party office. The economy in host that current and go bona. So for them fuckers they will not get shame. What they also ask about what have you done for Sierra Leone? What you will go do for Sierra Leone if you don't spend 2-3 years for building a whole place just because you get a different political opinion or something from somebody else that can grab the go round up for go money house? Well, that particular fucking shameless reputation they have of we. If you don't actually know, now they actually prevent investment into that country. So on a stupid barabio, we fast like beach. We don't actually understand what to do. You don't even know in ways from elbow. They blame the opposition about. Well, today look at in broad daylight. They don't shameless people. They don't look like they don't begin to shame now. Most usually they blame the opposition part nasty like this way they do that country. You go and blame APC back again. Now APC then they intimidate other people then for go make and then go threaten to that day they me a shame for Salonti and allow for shame. Me that day they are afraid for calling themselves say I'm born as Sierra Leone. 2 tourists they come out from Liberia, they come for car enter Sierra Leone. Useless people at the border they go hold the 2 tourists and they say they for pay for yellow card. Then they take syringe so they show the bastards they show them news, they show them na YouTube. This thing go viral. We're not even the shame, we're not even the fucking shame. We don't actually even know say this small tear they affect the country image to the worst. They say look back now the border security that they hold syringe so for threatening or choke somebody. One of them bestial fuckers them. We can look at the kind of nonsense much about the fucking regime here when I support them. You see, you are a product of your environment. This is not a foreigner, 2 foreign boys. Useless Ben Kalifala grab. He said they're gonna bother for go solve this thing. Hey, this is bad image. Oh, fuck that, Ben Kalifala. That was too late. There's nothing when they can't see that they happen in our country. There's nothing you can fucking do when they change it. Or you see, don't go viral, you don't die. It's just like when you eat sugar. When you eat sugar, we they on them processed drink there or whatever. Them you know say every one drink we drink or every sugar we take, every Coke drink we take, it'll take you years I say years. It will take you months and months and months and months and months for you get that sugar out of you. Sodium. All F15 a day. When image happen in our country, we want to create an image problem for ourselves, for turn day around. Now it's so hard. You know, like we plenty of we don't come overseas, we don't come follow on a month, we don't come oversize. We see what he mean. Plenty of woman, plenty of demand. We see how he had for reduce weight. We don't know that. We don't know what you mean. We don't know the kind of formula the whole can use for actually keep the body trim. It's a lot of things we do. We don't actually even understand that for image problem, if we learn from Paul Kagame, what did Paul Kagame do inside Rwanda? It takes them one generation to turn that image around to what's in this today. But because they are fucking serious people, today it is a $9.5 billion economy in Rwanda. $9.5 billion. They're not a joke. They joke with themselves. They don't joke with the country. They don't joke with what they go on. They actually understand that they get very, very seriously that they protect everybody. Yeah. They ensure that Paul Kagame look at the whole thing. When he come into office, he said no. He said all the parastatals here, all the important institutions and everything, and they put a foreign person we now experts. Then he helped them because it's like Salarian, so it don't reach a point in time. Me, I don't trust no Salon person again. If me become a president inside Salarian today, no Salon person will be a full government minister. Neither Salarian people will go ahead anything. Every fucking place we very sensitive in that particular country, they will be headed by a foreigner until Sierra Leone people they don't become, we don't rot in. The standard don't plummet, it don't rot, it don't stink. We need foreigners therefore raise the bar again. So a lot of Sierra Leoneans will understand what they call standard. Because if he left to the elites the way they are, they're dead. What I mean, it is dead and stink. These people can never change nothing again. There's no Sierra Leone possibility I will trust again in anything about administration. Everybody will be a deputy. I mean, I'll give you an example. Like, okay, the judiciary is one arm of government where the country report the areas where they show concern about what it now calls the problem surrounding the judiciary, the legislative assembly, the security forces. So if foreigners already visit our country, they told us, say, look, when our judiciary stink, when our legislative assembly are a mess, when our security forces are the killers, I mean they go take John Cisse again or something Sandy or Manakbaka or whatever. Now they go take and they go put it away. No, sorry. You know that Dangote not going to be a very, very rich man. Ask her, let me tell you his story. When I read a bit about it, let me tell you his story. All of the heads of in department and make a business are not even fucking Nigerians. You're not fool. You gotta put people with brains, people with heads. Today the Sierra Leone standard not fucking, you don't uselessly fucked up. Who will you fucking trust for help or change that particular society? No, behave like Paul Kagame, behave like Lee Kuan Yew, behave like Tshisekedi Kabila of Botswana. You want to see Sierra Leone change today? We don't need for see Sierra Leoneans for head any parastatals there. We just need foreigners there. You want to clean the judiciary? No, we'll go find a retired High Court judge, whether an Englishman or an American, or Australian, we're ready for work for it. Because if you come with somebody with a clear eye for the law, Somebody will really go implement the issues and to the highest letter. Not to this pastor where they be sacked very recently, where go take how they call themselves LAC in name, you go put up make this kind of things, it go fuck you up. If you say they work with salary man them, salary people them for help you, they go kill you. Now like we don't want able to live with salary person today. Me, I able to deal with them in the sense, first and foremost, as I be the ego massaging tendencies. Because Saloma, when God don't change you, make today don't become president. One of the things and way you got to be careful, the ego massaging. Saloma is a poor person. When they come, the battle soft, when the battle, that battle business in that boku talk. Hey, brah, hey, you know, tell them, say, fuck you. I don't know that kind of nonsense. You got to keep them at arm's length. You got to make them become, they wake up. For pulse observance per people there. Lord have mercy. So you want to change the law. Now they can't take Bass now, you go take, what's a Bass now? You go take Massacre, you go take Sise, you go take Kagbo, you go take, you go Saturday. You fucked up. You go pull a retired judge. You want to get somebody for the head of the police, like Kid Bido, where they will bring come years ago for can head the police force. Things like that, that's what they do. You want to reform the police force? No, you need somebody not from overseas. A neutral person where now a neutral person will not get nothing, will not get no family business, you don't get no, you don't belong to no tribe, no region. Now go change them. You won't forget somebody for this is what you do. This is what Paul Kagame do. This is what Lee Kuan Yew do. Bring a lot of foreign experts and put them in all our different administration for them to teach human development capital. You see the country today, the civil society there, people the real civil society, they don't want to be to go and catch them during the elections. Maybe they go catch them, box them, go there, they be the thief. That's what civil society possibly behave. Not to bastard, a bunch of bastards away, we might be all rogue. They don't steal an election. These same fuckers, they go for go big, for go get administrative position inside a stolen election, a government way illegal. Well, these are the kind of civil society they will get. I mean, what do you tell you about Sierra Leoneans? What does this tell you about Sierra Leoneans? Even man, you look at them, you shake your head. You see, they give them any job there. Very humiliating people. You see these people, they go humiliate themselves. They don't get one shame. These are the trouble to tell you about the shamelessness, that poverty, they create shameless people. That is why you see poverty not fine. It creates degrading circumstances for people. Anybody who born and grow in poverty, it live in a degrading way. It like how in circumstances change. They still get, because ever grow up in a way where they teach them for be strong like we not a big man business go overwhelm you again, because we don't see it, we don't buy, we don't sell and everything. Poverty, they create bad habits in people. That is why you see we all country today will not get integrity, will not get the way really get class. Class doesn't mean how you dress. It's about how you think, it's about what you accept, also how you feel for leave, what you feel for associate with, and I call class. I can look at the whole situation and say, no, that particular area, they did it because too many Dove Court people, too many people that will grow like in Jimina, they didn't want to grow like church, Dove Court, they didn't all go back. These are the one now, finally. We own country, not the class of people again. We don't lose balance of so many different things because, we are able to understand what other people that understand our class. And I'm not talking about class here. But, we don't lose all integrity. Everything we good for make this country a better place, it don't dissipate. We don't lose standards in people. We don't get standards anymore. And people are not growing. They don't grow the way they think. Why? Let me just explain this. They say, community. They say, a community they inform who you are. They help for mold you. They help for shape you for either the good or the better or the worse. If when I read a book called Jane Eyre, I studied that book in English literature. It tell you about a girl where they always there on a journey. We not say he been get a wealth where don't bequeath him. He been get an understanding say in uncle now be an orphan. The real writer is called Charlotte Bronte. But be understand say on a much distant land from away from in poverty, squalid, cold condition we been there. If we just get the urge say, if I don't move from this environment, I don't develop, I don't grow. That is what all other books they try to talk is about adventurism, about how people are born in some environment where you feel very locked. Where if you don't move away from that environment, you don't go see a different thing in life, you don't go see different people, you don't go see different, the area where you live, the people where you live with, also they aid for improve and improve your ways. If you say that's an individual born, we plenty born in squalid conditions where na so da vendetta, make na money, ala, ghetto, the areas plenty of we grow up, ghetto, ala, the neighbor, this kind chaotic. The place surrounding chaotic. So when I'm not say that country chaotic, when I'm not say today Sierra Leone is a very chaotic place. Chaotic in the sense that the most chaotic society in the world. Very noisy. You go to the American bloggers, when I watch American bloggers, they talk. Not about what is Saloma talk, because the Saloma were born in that same poverty, that same kind of noise, that same kind of degrading circumstances, that same kind of ala in the area, that same kind of noise pollution from when they born away na Dovecot or na outside upline or outside that they make the money, that they that kind of condition there. Well, when they go overseas, they're the same kind of environment that they live. So when they go back to Sierra Leone, they change. They see nothing change because they ain't been born, they ain't grow up with NSAB. So where I can talk about noise pollution, say, this country too noisy. Anytime you pass, you don't buy top up, you don't buy this, you don't buy mix. Most kind, how people like live, this is not normal. This is not normal. This is not fucking normal. Like we all grow up, born in an environment where very quiet, calm, like cockerel. You make that money in the area because all people with very high values, they're around you. Then they upline up also they hand the picking and door. We're not grow so. We don't grow on that chaos day. So when you see that kind of thing, they actually intimidate you. So how you feel say you go change that day? When you come overseas, how you feel say you go change that day? If you not go now and reserve area. Because you not use some again. The problem is. Because when they don't use that chaotic noise, what they call the diaspora, so to God, if so Salomon, if you go to the south side, very quiet and reserved and calm, you don't know, quick, you don't run away, go back Sydney, or you don't go back Brisbane, back then community side and then because calm and quiet place, it intimidates them. It cannot live in a place society. You go there and board the normal area, and they say, you don't come, it's boring for them. It's boring. But my question will be the axis. Then community, they will hear noise. Go to another land. Because we know say it's nothing but competition, Kobosa, Ala, Fete, party the same phone again and effectively. All kind of nasty things you wanna do the same thing we wanna do pull salon. Nothing not change there. We all around this and I try to talk. So how do you want to change this? How do you want to change that? Can you fucking change that by just staying at that same comfort zone? You can never change that. You can only change that by going away from that particular community. Go sample and go see, go experience other different thoughts. Experience other people. I experienced one thing. I can experience some few things that I was very interested about families. You know, me picking me one party with them they grew up with. So I been the parents the party parents. Eventually they separate, mama separates. We go get a new man, born new Pekin, papa separates, you go get a new man. So one December they invite me to a party. The two couples are way separate. Now they invite me to a party, but not to the mama they made the party. To my utter amazement. When we go this party, what me go see, it make me jaw drop. I go see the woman. We those separate if the woman there with a new man, the papa said they with a new woman, but they all can meet up together. Now the mama host for celebrate the girl picking. Me I go, me Sarah I go see that particular thing. I say, what's you go see this African community? We man and woman is separate. But they will come together, the man get new woman, the woman get new man, but they all come together for come hold a party for celebrate the Pekin in like a Christmas party or something. I look, the pastor asks a question, I say, how? You know, when the man talk, I ask a question, and the guy tell me, say, yes, initially it's so hard, but he said, we sort that out. So the man said, it's something, but this is the pattern you see all over. You see the way people take separation and then community, it mesmerizing to me. You know, it make myself get a different thinking with my ex. That no one will create enmity. It's not, you know, I learned something very different. And to God today, me and my ex we are not enemies. We talk regularly about the Pekin issue and everything. Once in a while, I go there for a while, but look to the wall or whatever. I mean, how will I learn this thing? How will I learn, say, where woman they give a man for this high hospital, if you cut the umbilical cord, if you all picking a hand, if you witness society when they born. How many Sierra Leone man we witness society when a woman they born? How many? I don't ask these questions. One of the women, how many times we were not born overseas? We want a man did at the hall. I mean, inside the theater. For actually supporting her. All of these things so important. If I tell you how many Saloma will be there, give me, hey, Mr. Fana, hey, these are no, Sally, you will you man ever born. Well, it come for enjoy. The man and the woman them, they will enjoy the mama and not the papa and not the. But as the woman ready for go born, oh no, the man didn't abide, they enjoy, the woman they go suffer. Then the woman and mama. Sarah, they'll go for good born. Mama, they will have this. This is how we are. How would you ever fucking change this? Is that the same surrounding community grow up that they say they come overseas at the same to meet to you comfort zone? How many of us know that? Today, I remember Miss Banis Langley. I just missed that. They say Wala join in show. While they go Wallaby with my daughter or go on the camp. I mean, your own topic was why men don't care about their children in overseas. Why men don't take care of picking them. That's why me count me out of me, I take care of me on picking them. Because me on picking them very important to me as any other thing. Because I mean up and down, ensure that I take part of the games and whatever kind of things. I say so I'm a very different kind of fish. I say of course. Wait, the man they already talk say why men don't take care of children. Ask first if the papa them they may grow up in communities where the papa may ever admire them or the people that they really take care of them 24/7. Me, my dad used to enjoy and admire me while the bank tennis. He used to praise me a lot. I used to see my dad sitting down so they beat other people. Like these are some of the things that have been so important in my life when they grow up. Because when I do my tennis exploit, there was a father all around all the time trying to give sure. These things are so important. You ask a lot of them that the diaspora, they're not fucking, particularly men. So why do you sell a woman? Why would I blame on a man that will not be able to come around on her? No, they help to take care of the picking. No, they help, no, they fucking care. Some say forget lock self they get your money. Some of the personal care they go child support, even at that themselves. So man, the way you receive, don't go child support and left for work. They say they run away powder. All of these things, when I be ever the ask them outside they grow up, when I be asking when they born, when I be asking, when I can just go to Temaya. That is why you see when woman like they grumble, yeah, you just look at that first. When I be asked the man in background where would have born picking them up. When I be asked whether people they be care for them. Now there you go, know that this is a man who will get for can't take care of picking them. Francis Bio, he grab you go to Mother Bio trade, you will go born 3 boy picking them. If you ask Mother Bio when papa be the care for her. The man they tell you 15 and I insist that I take care of go school. Many of these men at Sierra Leone grow up where their parents don't fucking care about them. They don't get no fucking love. They don't even get no father figure around them. If papa they say, if we see the money take care, put small chop on him, I will don't go. That kind of man like that, if you say you can't take care of your picking, all accept the human again when I get problem. Because you don't ask all these questions, you don't fucking care. Or I don't see man good looking, is a bit dress. Now I don't feel a good man. And that is the whole story. A lot of the problems that really happen to our human and ourselves. You know, ourselves, okay, cause of ourselves. Because we don't actually know, we don't really check who a good man is. We don't really actually check how they grow up. If you're no good person, they say, how do I call myself? How person born and grow up in the informed in adulthood. So when I always say, oh, Salomon is not romantic, then people will be romantic. And Salomon on my own age. Ask every 10 Salomon. 8 will tell when I say the people that were born they're illiterate like the word illiterate. Now people that they ever teach them about romance. This is what you don't understand. Every 10 7 person in your age, 7 will say people that don't ever read and write, you know, you open a like this, you know, that person they ever actually see the people that are romantic. So I don't really understand what's all this problem there. And you got the man that really come overseas and they land. You know, if you say that for land book and they call social orientation, no, it's about what side they live, who you interact with, what side they work. It's very important. The people in the bounce off with every day, it will influence you for the better. That's so man they develop and learn and grow. It's not about the book with it. Like, book with it are shit. That's nothing. You will learn book it, still be the most fucking munku bush boy. You will still see how they behave. I don't see plenty of them. They learn book, but to go the way they behave. Like real bush boys. Real bush. Because they don't get the opportunity for bounce off in any good kind of environment where really change the way that they think and they focus. This is the problem of our community. If you have any recommend that say it's really impossible. If you don't say you don't get the real proper social orientation, we will grow up. Don't make you go overseas. Go live with different community. Go live in improve community. Improve your ways of thinking. Go live with improved people then. Who say that they are halala, fets not they, plenty party not they, people are grounded. good real locals with them. You know, make Germans, Italians, you know, Australians. These are, I'm not saying they get their own problems, but you know, what thing that they will teach you, it will help you for move away from the petty life. You know, they don't get pettiness. That's the only difference with them. They don't get no petty thinking, no petty ways when they do things. That it will help or transform you a lot. That's all for the do. If you tell me, say, come, there is somebody, hey, we get some new community now. These are now, I will tell you, I don't go there. I don't fucking go there. I don't leave the no fucking surrounding community anymore. I don't leave the community now. I can't now. But the difference is, it was never a surrounding community. Me on the community, thank God, the surrounding people that will be there. They're too small. They're not even reach 15. That will not even make a community. So the entire African community, we call ourselves Far North African Community. That's what we call ourselves now. The Far North African Community. So the community is too small. So we're not there past 400. So it was pretty good. We make really big programs and big shows and they bring hundreds of people together. But I'll tell you what, I prefer these smaller multicultural communities because, you know, like, imagine if there is just surrounding people that be back now. Like this place all mixed up. So this is what you recommend. Sometimes your community cannot do no good for you or your children. You know, they're not the way they bounce off on way they make let you think it different. Or you will improve on the way you think in the 21st century. Because you are essentially interacting with people who come from that background of chaos. And I see they promote the chaotic situation as surrounding. Now the same chaos that they have. And these are the people who they bounce off. Every day that chaos like they meet you. I like it. Without much ado, I'll end this production. Our country is bad. We only pakalo we feel say that so bad. Because you feel say in a southeastern person that you maintain brother day. Well, if that's all they think, we can never get ahead. Today, Sierra Leone have nothing. We're not attractive or not affordable. Nobody goes to the country. All the flights people are taking off. Low traffic. Let's say that today low traffic not is alone. Nothing is good for right about 4 years, no investment past bakery. They make a lot of big noise about bakery investment. Bakery. It's just a sad kind of society, you know. Everything's so just bad, you know. Now look at where we are. Whose value want to see? These people, even a simple election, they cannot. If they don't say the election was free and fair, why they intimidate people? Why they make a lot of harassment? The only way to solve this Sierra Leone problem, we never not going to make. You know, the future is doomed. The future is doomed. Because the only way we can get away from this impasse, whether people want to agree or disagree, we can never get away from this impasse until we get fresh elections conducted by fresh people. We are not Sierra Leoneans, but the international community. If Marabio will say he popular, if SLPP will not say SLPP popular, let us conduct a free and fair election. Let us go back to a pure, free and fair election conducted by neutral people. Then we'll see if we'll get balls and skirts. But we'll not get balls and skirts. So everything we'll leave it now is scam. And this scam, if we say that this line will benefit we well, we are fucking doomed. And there's nothing good that can come out of what did happen. So that's sorry. Without much ado, goodbye.